All right, here we go. Bears mock draft 3.0. The draft is almost here. I'm Adam Hoge from the CHGO Bears podcast. Let's jump right in. Maybe this is controversial. I don't know. I'm just going to warn you right off the bat. I love where this mock draft went from top to bottom, but we start at number 10 overall. Tight end, Tyler Warren from Penn State, 6'5.5", 256. I debated hard here between Tyler Warren. I don't even want to call him tight end because he's a weapon. He's a weapon. Tight end Tyler Warren versus an offensive tackle versus a left tackle. I thought hard about this, but at the end of the day, if you're going to hire Ben Johnson, get him some weapons. Get him a dynamic weapon who can do it all, and that is Tyler Warren. He can line up in the slot. He can line up outside. He can line up inline. He can block. He can line up in the backfield, be your fullback. You can handle the ball on 4th and short in wildcat formations. He has snapped the ball and caught a touchdown on the same play. Yep, think about that. Tyler Warren can really do it all. And hey, look, if you're going to have any questions about his blocking, fine. Look, he can do it. Can he get better? Sure. But you're not drafting a tight end at number 10 overall to block. You're drafting a tight end at number 10 to score touchdowns. That is what Tyler Warren does. He has outstanding speed at his size, and he is going to be an outstanding weapon at the next level. Might as well take him at number 10 if he's there. All right, so we didn't address left tackle in the first round. We go to number 39 overall in the second round. This is the pick the Bears got from the Panthers. Guy I like here, if he's still there, and I think there's a decent chance he could be, Josh Connerly from Oregon, 6'4", 5'8", 311. Really good left tackle who still is just scratching the surface, I feel like. He has outstanding quickness, good change of direction. He recovers really well, probably better in pass pro than he is in the running game at this point, but he played really well against Abdul Carter. So that's a tape you're going to want to turn on and put some stock in. No, he's not perfect. That's why he's not a top 10 pick at this point. He's going to need some development, but I think he's good enough to throw right into that left tackle competition immediately. And in a group of left tackles that you can kind of mix them up and choose your flavor, I feel like Connerly might actually have one of the higher ceilings here. So I like him here if he's still available at number 39 overall. All right, let's go to number 41, 2 picks later, and an edge rusher that I've gotten higher and higher on the more I have watched him. JT Tuimoloau. Tuimoloau. Get it, learn it, love it. Ohio State, 6'4" and a quarter, 264. Former basketball player who's a really highly regarded recruit when he went to Ohio State. Got better each and every year. Last season, he got the most attention on that line. Really good defensive line, included Jack Sawyer, but it was really JT who got the most attention. And despite all that, just look at his college football playoff numbers, okay? I don't go to stats a lot, but if you just consider what he did, the biggest crunch time of the season, 4 college football playoff games, 10 tackles for loss, 6.5 sacks. I mean, that is a lot more production than some of these guys we're talking about as edge rushers, first-round picks, had the entire season. He did that alone in the college football playoff, despite getting a lot of attention. It's a really good player who continues to get better and better. I think he has an outstanding, huge ceiling, but he's already a plug-and-play starter. I honestly think he's a first-round talent. So if he's going to still get mocked in the second rounds and could be available here at number 41, I think the Bears should pounce on him because he fits the Dennis Allen height, weight, length preference that he has, and he's a really good player who's still just scratching the surface. JT Tuimoloau from Ohio State at number 41. All right, let's get out of the Big Ten for a couple picks here. We're going to go back-to-back Texas Longhorns. We started number 72 in the third round. Safety Andrew Makuba, 5'11" and a quarter, 186. So he's a little undersized. That's probably why he's going to fall to the third round. But he plays like a first rounder. Started his career at Clemson. I don't want to say he struggled there, but never really reached his potential probably. So he transfers to Texas and takes off as a senior. Had 5 interceptions last year. Just really explosive in run support. Seems to have natural angles to the football. Has those instincts I'm always looking for from linebackers and safeties. 4.45 speed, and comes with a good track record of being praised by his coaches. So good character here as well with Andrew Makuba. I think in the third round, despite being a little undersized, be a great fit in this defense. We get his hands on the football a lot, which is what secondary coach Al Harris is preaching. Now, 5th round, number 148 overall. Let's finally get our running back because that wasn't addressed earlier. And if the Bears don't address that until the 5th round, I'm going to go to Jaden Blue, also from Texas. Now he's smaller. He's 5'9", 195. I look at him like a bigger Tariq Cohen. He's a smaller back overall, but he has great speed and quickness. Ran a 4.38 40 at the combine. Now, there's some red flags here, which is why we're talking about a 5th round pick. Nobody in the 5th round is going to be perfect. Just keep that in mind. But there's been some questions about some advice he's been getting. He backed out of the East-West Shrine game at the last minute, which was a little weird. And fumbles, this is a big one, have been an issue for Jaden Blue. But, man, when he has the ball in his hands, quickness, speed, he can score a touchdown in any play, and that's going to carry over to the NFL level. So I like him this late in the draft, Jaden Blue from Texas. By the way, my mid-round sleeper running back last year, Bucky Irving, who ended up going to Tampa, had a pretty good year. So just keep that in mind. All right, 2 more picks to go. Before we get there, though, a reminder, CHGO diehards, if you're not already one, you need to become one because Fran Duffy's draft guide is available. There's like over 300 scouting reports here. All this information you're hearing about here, you're going to want throughout the draft weekend. You can get it by becoming a CHGO diehard, and our best deal is going on right now. It's just $3 a month, and we've also taken the draft guide from Fran Duffy and pared it down to the Bears, our 3rd annual Bears 100 that you can follow along throughout draft weekend. Now's the time to join. Plus, you get 20% off our events, including our draft party. If you're still on the fence, come on out to 115 Bourbon Street. 20% off all merch as well when you are a CHGO diehard. So don't forget about that. And finally, our final 2 picks, 7th round. Let's go to 233 overall. This is a pick the Bears got from the Cleveland Browns. Wide receiver, LeJonte Wester. Now, he's smaller, undersized slot receiver, but this guy did nothing but catch passes at both Florida Atlantic, and then he transferred over to Colorado where he played for Deion Sanders, caught passes from Shedeur Sanders. He's the number 6 all-time receiver in FBS history when it just comes to receptions. That's how much production he put up despite only being 5'9", 7'8", 163. So he's smaller, but man, he is electric. He's got outstanding acceleration. And if nothing else, for a flyer in the 7th round, despite being so small, he's a really good punt returner. There's just too much talent here. There's too much production to let this guy go undrafted. I would use a 7th round pick on LeJonte Wester from Colorado. And finally, our final pick, 240, a pick the Bears got from the Cincinnati Bengals, linebacker Jalen Walker from Indiana. Again, kind of a theme here at the end. Our first few picks were oversized players. Now we're talking about undersized players, but there's a lot of speed here that I like this late in the draft. Jalen Walker, 6'3", 219. So he's going to have to put some weight on if he's going to play linebacker at the next level. But despite being undersized, outstanding speed, 4.4 40, should be an instant special teams performer. He'll hold up in that phase, no question about it. And one thing I liked is he jumped from James Madison, where he played for Kurt Cignetti there, followed him to IU, went to Indiana, and had no problem with the jump in talent going to the Big Ten and ending up playing in the college football playoff. I like to look at Jalen Walker like a smaller but faster Jack Sanborn, who the Bears still need to replace. So he's got those same type of instincts, always around the ball, 6 forced fumbles in college, 5 interceptions, and put up 10 tackles for loss just last season. That's a similar college career as Jack Sanborn had. Now, he's not as big, but he's faster than Jack. So for Jalen Walker, 7th round, I'm going to bet on this speed. I'm going to bet on those instincts. Bears need some depth at linebacker. That's my last pick here at 240, Jalen Walker from Indiana. Hope you enjoyed Bears Mock Draft 3.0. All of our draft coverage continues throughout the weekend, through the draft, and, of course, beyond. Make sure you're CHGO diehard and follow us on the CHGO Bears podcast. Live shows every single day of the draft. Don't miss them.